I've always been artistically inclined ever since I was little, and it's just a matter of developing it, I guess. I never became interested. I was born with it, I guess. I'm a commercial artist. That means I have a skill of being able to produce artwork very quickly in colorful form, so that's what I do. I have very strong feelings about the North. In everything I've ever done, whether it be teaching or working for the CBC or for the newspaper, I've always tried to somehow get across the feelings that I have for the North, the people of the North, and the struggles that they've gone through to get to where they are so they can be independent. And I think a lot of my inspiration comes from the feelings I have about the North and the people, the many things that are hard to say, hard to put down in words, but are a lot easier to express through art. I do pastels, soft pastels, and they're a bit like chalk. They're very soft, very fine, and they give a lot of feeling. They're very colorful. The colors are already there made for you, which is good. Very easy to work with, and very quick. And they're portable and affordable. And they just require some spray painting afterwards, but it's when it comes to framing these works, they require glass over them to protect them. I start right from a pastels. I start right using with them. I don't use pencils because I found pencil is too hard to remove once you've started on a page and you do a sketch in pencil. It's too hard to take off, so I start right away with a neutral color of pastel, and then I begin working. I start working from the back and I come up forward. Or I'll start with a color that's the lightest and work my way to the darkest color, or either way, but I try not to interfere too much with getting all the colors mixed up. I do most of my work at home. I find that since I'm not working anymore and sort of giving my time full to my artwork, it's the best way to do it. You can't work at a 9-to-5 job and then try to come home and be an artist, because my mind is so full of a lot of things that are going on. The politics, I always get very excited about the things that are going on in and around Inuvik. So it's been good to remove myself from other things and stay home and do my artwork. I get all my materials from Toronto and Edmonton. And yes, it is very expensive. The freight is expensive also. So when you're looking at buying a piece of artwork, I automatically have to include all the price for the materials, and it's not cheap having to bring them in from the North, and then not being there to shop myself in Edmonton. I'm relying on the phone for somebody to pick my colors. Well, I don't mind. It doesn't bother me. I work around it. All through, while I was growing up, I always had little sales here and there. If there was a craft show, I did enter many craft shows here in Inuvik. I made hasty notes, printed cards for many years, and I've sold them all my life that I've known. I've always made my own Christmas cards every year, and sometimes that gets really difficult because churning out 100 cards, and you don't want to spend all day doing one card, but no, I've sold a lot of my work through the years. This is my first art show. I'm quite nervous about it. I don't know how it'll be. I'm really nervous about being there. I'm nervous about answering a lot of questions, I guess, from people, because whether you take, no matter what kind of work you do, to me it's my own personal expression. I have feelings for it, and to go out and talk about my feelings, you feel a little bit like you're on display.
Yeah.
But it's something I've wanted to do, and I think I've finally got the courage to start to do it, and I think I'll be a better person if this is what I've always wanted to do. So for God's sake, it's time to get on with it and do my artwork. There's a lot of work. It's not just producing. Because I'm new, I'm trying to do everything. I'm trying to be my agent and my organizer. We're having a wine and cheese do. You have to order all the wine and the cheese, and you've got to do all the mechanical things as far as preparing for an art show and do the art as well. So it's a lot of work. I think I'm more a landscape person. I really get a thrill out of sunsets, and there's so much sky and land here in the north, and the skies are just so beautiful that I don't know, when I'm working on one, like I'm working on one right now, the sun is just caught in between all the trees, and it's just so really nice. I like doing those kind of things, I guess. I also like doing people, though, but I don't like to. I think I would find it restricting if someone said, "Okay, I'd like you to do a portrait of me," or something. I'd find that really hard to do because I'm set. I've got to make you, I like to do people, but I like to do a culmination of I'll take your nose and her eyes, or something, I don't know. I like to do my own people. I like to take out the things in people that I like, and in that sense, I enjoy doing people because you get a charge out of some of the expressions you can get across through people. But I like doing landscapes most of all, I think, because I really have a feeling for the land here. The reason why I do all my artwork and the feelings that I get is that, and I hope, that when people do look at my work, I'm not a Renoir or a Rembrandt or somebody who's famous in that sense, although who knows, maybe 20 years from now I'll be that. But the thing that I do ask when people look at my work is that I just hope they get a feeling out of it, some little feeling, whether it be a surprise or a little laugh. When I do my work or when I look at work, I like to look at it and get a giggle out of it, or a laugh or a smile, or, oh, gee, that's really peaceful and quiet and makes you feel that way. That's the main thing that I want to get across in my art, and I hope that's what comes through.
Thank you very much, Audrea.
Thank you, Debbie.